Fox Carolina First Alert Weather.
Well, we've got one more day where the heat is going to be very intense. In fact, heat index could get as far up as 104, 105 for parts of the upstate. But look at our drop. For Saturday, Sunday, still warm, but more normal for this time of year. And then we'll see temperatures begin to go back up. And we're talking about heat index here again, but it'll feel like 99 once again by next Tuesday. But as we get into the weekend, it'll be right around 90 for Saturday and Sunday. So a little better than 98 and feeling like almost 110. Now, the radar's been quiet locally. You can see some of this green here. That's just ground clutter near the radar site. No more rain falling for us. Most of that has moved on off. We've got another chance for storms tomorrow, but I'll be honest with you, the models are all over the place. It's been really tough to pinpoint the exact intensity and coverage of these storms, especially with this unseasonable heat. But right now, the consensus of the models is generally to take some of these storms in around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. But how much this blows up as it gets into the upstate is really going to be dependent on how the atmosphere is by around 4 or 5 o'clock. But watch this. This particular model does put out at least a couple of strong storms around 5 to 6 p.m. around the 85 corridor. These could easily be down toward Anderson, though. That's the nature of these summer storms. You just never exactly know where they're going to hit, but you have to keep your eye out in the afternoon. As we go into the evening hours, it's going to fade out, and any storm that forms could be on the strong side. But I do think that your rain chance is going to stay at about 30% or less through much of the day. So 74 for tonight in the upstate and the mountains, looking at 68, a few clouds, and then what's normal for this time of year, not what we're going to get tomorrow. We've about 10 degrees above what you would expect in the upstate, and it's going to feel even hotter than that. It's going to feel like the low 100s when you factor in the humidity south of 85. But this is our last really intense heat day until we get into next week. So watching the tropics, always doing that this time of year. Got a little disturbance in the Caribbean, but right now it doesn't look like it's going to amount to much. A very low likelihood of development, and it would head over toward Mexico. So no worries if you're heading to the beach, heading to the Gulf of Mexico area, maybe going to Florida for a vacation. It doesn't look like you're going to have to deal with any problems from tropical systems for a while. For us, it's going to be a beautiful weekend at home to celebrate Father's Day, and then going ahead, we're looking good next week, at least with sunshine, but it's going to start to heat up again. So middle of next week, we'll have to start taking those heat safety precautions extra seriously once again. Now it's time for your riding forecast. It's sponsored by Harley-Davidson of Greenville. Oh, aren't we glad that heat's going to be backing off this weekend. It's going to be 90 in the upstate. I laughed saying 90's refreshing, but it almost will feel that way considering how hot it has been. And it's going to be less humid too. 89 for you on Sunday in the upstate, and in the mountains, low 80s. Really nice weather to get out for a ride, perhaps on Father's Day. Now check in on the morning news from 4:30 to 10 a.m. Meteorologist Brian Botman will get you all set up with that weekend forecast.